So I'm going to show you today how to make a podcast, and I'm going to warn you right at the beginning, there are many steps. So I'm also going to have a handout for you that goes step by step by step. So the first thing you do is look at your dock, which on mine is at the bottom, yours might be on the left side, and you're going to look for the icon that looks like a guitar, which is GarageBand. Click on GarageBand. It bounces for a while until it decides to start. And then you're going to click on New Project if that hasn't already been clicked. Because if this is the very first time it's been used, New Project might come up automatically. You're going to look through the new project and you want to choose Podcast. And then where it says Save As and My Song, we want to make sure that's going to save to your desktop. And for My Song, I want you to put your first name, your first initial, and that's it. Then say Create. Alright, so this is what GarageBand looks like. There's a bunch of different pieces of this screen that I want to just talk about a little bit. Over here on the right side, I have all kinds of pictures because this is connecting to my iPhoto on my computer. You probably won't have that. In order to get rid of this media browser section, at the very bottom on the right side, you see that the notes are in blue. I'm going to click on that, and then it's going to give me a larger screen to work with, which works well. The other thing is over here on the right side in blue, there is a scissors with some squiggly lines out of it. If I click on that, it's going to hide that bottom editing tract. We would like to have that there, so make sure that is in blue. Across the bottom are your recording tools that you're going to be using in a little bit. The first thing we're going to do is up here at the top, where either if you're a male, you'll click on male voice. If you're female, you'll click on female voice. And then that's where you'll be recording your podcast. So when you want to record, you just click the red button at the bottom and then you talk. So I'm going to click this red button and then I'm going to start talking so you can see exactly what happens. When I click stop, I also have to click the square to make the little slider stop going. So this is showing you how loudly or how softly you are talking. Down here it's just zooming in on it. When you record, sometimes you make mistakes, and in podcasting you could just keep going. But let me show you a trick that will help with that, finding where those mistakes are. So I don't really need this track. I just have to click on it and hit delete and it goes away. I'm going to go back to the beginning again. And this time I'm going to hit record. I'm going to pause a little bit, and then I'm going to clap, and then I'm going to talk a little bit, and I'm going to say, oh man, that's not what I wanted to say. So I'm going to clap again, and then pause, and then I'll keep going with my story. And then I'm going to stop. Okay. Notice what happens here. See these huge spikes where I clapped? Well, that makes editing very, very easy because you can see exactly on the track where the mistake was. You know where to look for it. So when you're recording this, I would suggest that you just talk, and then when you get to a point where you've made a mistake, clap and pause, and then do that part again and keep going. Let's pretend like you've got it all edited, you've got all the pieces. Would like you to slide the purple part in for a little bit because we're going to put some music in the beginning, so we don't want it to be right up against this edge. Now it's time for us to edit. So down here in this bottom one, I'm going to move my slider right before those two big spikes. If I click the play button, I can hear what I was saying. And then I'm going to clap. Okay, so here was the clap. So I'm going to move my slider right in front of the clap. I'm going to go to Edit, Split. And what that does is it breaks up my audio into two pieces. Okay, if I wanted to get rid of this first part, because this is all just mumbo jumbo, whatever is highlighted, I will be able to delete. If I didn't mean to delete that, I just go Edit, Undo, and it's right back. I want to get rid of the clap, so I'm going to move to after the clap, but I can't. If I did Edit and Split now, it's not going to work because it's not purple. I'm going to click on the purple. I'm going to move my slider after the clap. I'm going to do Edit, Split, and now I want to get rid of this part. Now I've got a hole there, so I'm going to need to move my purple piece against it. What happens when you move it against it? If you overlap it, it erases whatever's on the bottom layer. But if I play it now, I'm going to clap and then I'm going to talk a little. You couldn't even tell that I had taken that clap out. Now notice I moved this slider down here at the bottom. It zooms it in or out to help me see that part a little bit better. Okay, I have another clap down here. Somewhere around here I was making a mistake, so I probably want to put it a little bit ahead of it, play it. I'm going to clap again, and then so I can find where that mistake was. I can stretch it out if I need to really be fine-tuning it. I do Edit, Split, or you can do Command T is a shortcut. I make sure this is in purple. I move to the end of it. I do Command T or Edit Split. I delete, and then I scoot this part. It's easier to move it on the top over again. Okay, that's how you do all the editing of your speaking parts. I'm happy with what we have here. I would suggest that you listen through the whole thing just to double check that it sounds okay.